highly requested behind the scenes. You're gonna see how I set up, how I film, and then later I'll screencast and show how I edit. So this is the gear that I use. Got my soft shell padded guitar case. Got my computer case for recording. Microphone case. And I've got my tripod. All right, let's head down and set up. Alright, so let's start getting set up. First, we're going to figure out tripod placement. This tripod has a handy little attachment where you can put your iPhone right in. So, I'm filming over here. I want to be a little bit further back, and I don't have to be too concerned about the audio sound because I'm going to put my external microphone. So, I'd say I'll put the tripod about here and make sure that it's level. Next, I'm going to take out my phone, and I have it on the setting auto lock never. That way I can set it here and forget it when I need. But I'm going to need this actually to make sure my guitar is in tune first, so let's do that. So I use a program just called Piano Tuner, which was free in the App Store. And if we go here to the I, you can see I have it set at A to 415. So that A here would be at 415 hertz. So we're just going to make sure it's in tune first, because transporting in the car, etc., sometimes it goes a little out of tune. Got some squirrels running around there. And the last check, I'm going to go to the 5th fret, see if the A is around 415. Alright, perfect. Okay, so set up. I'm going to go to the camera. I'm going to turn it horizontally. Next, I'm just going to take a microfiber cloth and clean the lens. We're going to set up. I'm going to unscrew this tripod attachment. I'm going to get it down there pretty good, and then make sure this is an angle that I want. It's not bad. I could get some river in the background too. Might be nice for a change. And is it level? Not quite. So we're gonna move that down. And we're looking a little better there. All right, cool. So that's the shot. So So next we're going to set up the microphone. So I've used this case to keep the microphone safe. The type of microphone I use is called the Blue. It's a Yeti. It's made by Blue. I'm going to want to use this foam cover. Thank you, Thomas Eriksson, for recommending it. This prevents any wind. Alright, it's on. Move my case back there out of frame. Always make sure I use a rubber band. Next we're going to place the mic. I'm going to be sitting here, so I'll probably want it somewhere like, right about here. This is about where I placed it when I filmed last time, or maybe it was here. I'm just going to double check, make sure it's in the shot. Okay, we're good. It is in the shot. I can even move it back a little bit more, probably right here, and that'll be fine. Alright, so we're going to plug it in, thread it underneath, tilt it, and then really secure it down. Alright. Now in order to minimize the appearance of the cord, we're going to toss it underneath this rock. And it lands at the destination of my computer. So next I'm going to plug it in my computer and open up a program called Audacity. So I've got the setting at 96 kilohertz over 24 bits, which is high res audio. I'm just going to hit record. Testing 1 2 1 2. Alright, so it's picking up audio I can already see, so I don't think I'll need to adjust the gain. It should be okay. I'm going to hit stop. Alright, now I'm going to film the piece, and you'll be able to come see how it turns out afterwards and packing up, etc. But I'm going to film the piece and you'll be able to see that. Alright, so the first... Yeah, I'm just going to time lapse it.
Sure.
Okay, so welcome to my video editing portion of the behind the scenes. I've done a bit of the groundwork already here. I've trimmed down the clip to just the portion that we need to actually edit. So I've got that. Now I'm going to import my audio right here. It should match up fairly closely. So I'm going to reduce this down and just make sure it matches up. So I'm on the audio spot here. I'll be able to see both audios. This does sound a little off. Let's expand it some more and see what's going on. So there, now I'm going to fully take that part, the audio one, from the phone away. Next I'm going to go up here to Effects. I'm going to add a dip to black. Okay, great. I'm going to check on the essential sound here. It sounds pretty good so far, but see how it sounds if it's boosted a little. Not bad. There still is, I think, a little issue with some noise, some wind. Okay. Close that up. We don't need any reverb, okay. Let's see how that's sounding now. Bit clearer. Let me just go back to see what it sounds like on the default. I think I'm going to leave it on the default. There is a bit of a hiss, but nevertheless, it's not worth losing the audio quality in this case. Alright, so we're going to try to adjust some of this picture here now. So it's a bit dark. Let's see what Premiere gives us for auto. I guess they like it the way it is. Alright, so let's try to take some shadows away. Okay. There, that's good. There, that's a little warmer. Touch more saturation just to make up for the shadows I took away. There, now it's starting to look a little more like real life. Alright. So that's about it. This one didn't need too much editing other than the sound and obviously the picture. So I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to do what's called like a low bitrate test, just to see if there's any issues. Play it through, because it's obviously kind of going slow, probably because I'm trying to screencast at the same time. On the best of days, sometimes it lags a little anyways, but you know, I'm running 2 giant programs at once here. So we want it to be, for this test, we're just going to do an H.264 for the test, which is an MP4. And then I just want to go down here to mobile device. I'm going to rename the file. Boom. So okay, I won't make you wait around for that. I'll hit stop for now. I'll come back when I export it for real, and then we'll make a thumbnail, and we'll make some of the other versions of this video. Cheers. Okay, so welcome back. I checked the mobile version that I exported, the 480 standard definition version, and watched it through. There were no errors. I didn't see anything that was wrong. One reason I do that too is that if there is a mistake, it just saves having to go through 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on how long the video is, to redo it and then come back and have to do it again and wait through that whole export period. So this way I can do it in 10 minutes if there's an error I've caught it that sometimes you don't always catch just watching it in the preview. So I'm going to show you my export settings that I use for my video that I export to YouTube. Now I have some presets, but I'm just going to do this manually here. So I go to this HEVC, High Efficiency Video Codec, also known as H.265. It's just smaller blocks, so it loads faster for you guys. It's better for the users, it's smoother. And then I'm going to come down here, just close this, there we go. 4K, and then just gonna double check everything. It'll say custom in a minute here. I want render at maximum. I'm gonna just leave it on hardware. I've done software just takes so much longer, and for something like a 1-minute clip, there's hardly a noticeable difference. I mean, you comment below if you think there's 2 or 3 videos I've done software encoding on because supposedly it's better. I really doubt if anybody noticed. The hardware encoding, in my opinion, looked just about the same. So comment below if you think you know which one it was. So yeah, the level's fine. I'm not doing any HDR. If I had been doing HDR, I'd be clicking off these color primaries, etc., but then it would also take several hours. Just double checking the bitrate. I want the quality to be the highest, slowest, and render at maximum quality. Just going to double check everything here with the audio. Yep. I'm not doing 5.1, YouTube won't take it. Okay. So yeah, it looks like everything's good to go. Change the name. I'm going to put it in this final folder that I make. Title of Freenitosaur, Opus 35. Oh. Number 1. Dante Yeah, that's fine. I might rename it later. That's not the final title for YouTube, but that's just for me, for my purposes. And I'm gonna click off here before export, because last time I did it at the same time as I was exporting, and that took a lot of CPU usage. I'm gonna click off here. All I'm gonna do is export. Then it'll probably say take several hours, as usual. And then we'll come back when it's done, and I'll show you how to make a thumbnail, and I'll show you a couple different cuts that I make for this video for the different social media platforms. Alright, see you then. Okay, welcome back. And yes, I did change my shirt, as you can imagine, with all the windows closed in here and the fan off so that it stays quiet. It's getting rather hot, so it's a little more comfortable. So it exported. As you can see, it was all set. We'll get to that in a minute when we make our thumbnail. In the meantime, I'm going to show you two different ways of adapting a regular 16:9 piece of footage into certain social media applications, Instagram and then TikTok, because each of course is different. So I've saved a copy and I'm going to open that up. I've already got Premiere open. Perhaps I should have opened it beforehand. There it goes. Alright, there we go. So, first thing we're going to want to do is hold that, copy it twice just in case. Let's minimize that, okay. Next, I'm going to go here to this little page turning, new item, and we're going to select sequence. Now you're going to go down here, that was what I was using the other day, we're going to go to this digital SLR 1080p, then DSLR 1080p 30, so that's frames per second 30, and we're going to go to settings, and for Instagram we want it to be a square, so 1080 by 1080, just like 4 by 4, the same ratio. And it should say now for like 1 by 1. And we'll say OK. I'm just going to Control V and paste in my well, I'm not going to bother to go through. Sometimes that I don't know why it hasn't been copying lately. I'm just going to import the other file, and we'll convert it. So it's going to, obviously since it's different, it's going to ask you to change it. So we're going to say keep existing settings. And we see here though that's not obviously in frames, so we're going to go over here, scale it 50%. I could probably even get a little tighter than that. Oops. I want 70. And then these are the positions here, so if I change, like, say, right there, it's going to bump it up. So, yep. Then I can bump it this way a little, I think. Oops, so we're going to go this way. Come on. There we go. Alright. The bench is almost in frame, so let's say 650. Yeah, there we go. Good. So that's looking good now. See, everything's here. You still have some sky, etc. And great. So we're going to go up here. First I'm going to save it. Then we're going to export it. Going a little slow, I guess. Let's try it again. There we go. Alright, so looks good. For Instagram, it needs to be an H.264, which is also an MP4. And I've made a preset for Instagram. Basically, I'll show you quickly the preset. Maximum render quality, renders at maximum depth, 1080 by 1080, 2997 frame rate. And then the audio, I have it set to basically as high as it can go. And the reason I have it set on mono is because Instagram it like downsamples it to mono anyway, so I might as well just do it myself and get the highest quality. So we see it's 20 megabytes, so it's under their limit, I think, of 25, so that's good. So I'm going to export it. First I need to rename it. So I don't want it to be in the final folder, I want it to be in the Insta folder. So SOAR, Opus 35, number 1, Insta, let's say it's fine. And export it, boom. This one shouldn't take too long, I'll wait around. Are we serious? Alright, so I'll cancel it out. Sometimes it only takes like 2 minutes. I'll cancel it out and we'll come back and I'll cancel out my screen recording. Sorry, we'll come back after and do the next one. Okay, so now we're going to make a TikTok. Now, the ideal format for TikTok is to have vertical video in a 9:16 format, and you're also going to want to make sure it's under 15 seconds long. You can upload longer, and you can upload horizontal video, but a good tenet of UX is to know your users, and when someone uses TikTok, they expect to see vertical video. They expect to see something of a short length, and if you violate either one of those precepts, it's possible they may not like your video. They'll just swipe and keep going. This is too long, or oh, this is too small. So keeping that in mind, I have to fit the current thing that I have into that format. So I'll show you how I do it. So first we're going to create a sequence. Come over here to DSLR. We were already on that from Instagram. Instead of 1920, we're going to change it to 1920 rather. 1080 by 1920. You'll see it should say vertical 9:16, and the rest can stay the same. And see we have that vertical format here. Let me just close that. There we go. And I'm going to go back and import my final video. Just going to drag it over. We're going to keep the existing settings. Now that's actually not too bad, but nevertheless it's not 100%. So we're going to have to go over here and we're going to move it, I'd say like, I don't know, let's try 600. Almost. 750. Getting close. 850. Almost. 950. Nailed it. But now the bench I feel like is a little too close. Let's try just 900. There we go. That's better. So that's what we want for a format. It's looking good. Okay, now we just need to crop it. Come down here, extend this. Gonna get it close to that. Headphones on to hear this. That should be good right there, honestly. Alright, there we go. Alright, save it. Now we're going to export it. Now I have a preset for this as well. I'll show you in 1 second. So I'm in the Instagram folder. It's not where I want to be, in fact. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're going to go up to my preset, TikTok. Boom. So you can tell it has 2 variable bit rates. Maintains the high definition though. And that's it. Okay, so welcome back. Now we're going to go through how to make a thumbnail, and then I'm also going to show you how I make a video description for YouTube. Alright, so I've opened up a couple of these programs just because they take a little while to launch, and it makes it easier on you. You don't have to wait around, and it makes it easier on me. I try to do that anyways. It's a French concept called mise en place, like where you cook and you have everything out for ingredients that you need. It just makes the workflow go quicker. You're not just waiting around. So here's Adobe Illustrator. This is what I use to make my thumbnails. So we're going to go to Create New. And I have a couple of custom presets here. So we're going to go to this one, Custom 1280 by 720. It's the ideal size for a YouTube thumbnail. You can make it bigger, but then it'll just downsize. There's really no point. I mean, you should just make it 1280 by 720. And we're going to, though that's a pixel measurement, by the way, 1280 pixels by 720. We want the orientation to be horizontal for YouTube. I'm going to create it. Alright, so one of the first things, let me just close my little screen there. One of the first things I do is just open up that panel so I can see the fill. Then I'm going to open up the layers panel right here. I'm going to create 3 layers. One layer is going to be the picture. The other layer is going to be the text, and then the background. I'm going to close that off. Then I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Now I have to figure out a picture to take in, so I'm going to go to my final here. Alright. I'm going to open this up. And then I'm going to choose a couple of different spots to take a screenshot and then use them in the thumbnail. Alright, so I'm not even going to actually, I don't know, I feel like that might be a winner right there. Alright, well, I'll take that as one. Then, let's see. Yeah, this is all pretty much going to be the same. At the end, there might be where I'm kind of staring at the camera. But then I put that fade shoot. In any case, I think I'm actually pretty satisfied with that one at 4 seconds. Alright, let's just go with it. That's good, that's lucky. Okay, so I'm going to go to my screenshots. There it is. And I want to keep everything consolidated. So we're going to go here to SOAR, obviously Opus 35 number 1, boom, and there it is. Alright, now before I import it, I want to kind of make it look a little better, so I'm going to go to Adobe Lightroom. So here's our library, going to import that, and my source, videos, SOAR 35.1, just going to uncheck this, screenshot, that's it, import. Sorry. Get a little dry. There we go. And here it is. I'm going to try to do a couple of things here first. Auto white balance. Auto tone control. Cool. I'm going to go over here to develop. And I have some presets here. So I want to go to a, let's say, actually that looked nice. What was that? That wasn't bad. This is one that I use pretty frequently. Outdoor warm center. I'll try like 1 or 2 different ones and then see how it works. So SOAR 1 outdoor warm. Then let's see how this one looks. Face focus and color. That's not bad either. But you know, let's crop this first actually too. Let's reset it there, sorry. Should have cropped it first. So to crop it, you hit R and then it brings you to this crop area. So I want it to ideally be something kind of like that. Almost like a square. That's good right there. See, I'm lining up my grid lines here. So everything's lined up, it's harmonious. You know, we're good. Alright, there, that's a lot better. Alright, now let's develop it. Let's try it with Outdoor Warm Center. Yeah, that's looking a lot better now. Just see, soft light. That's one I use a lot too. That's not bad, soft light. Try that face focus. It's okay. I don't know. It's okay. Starting point is a little too saturated, I think. So it's between that. That looks almost a little overexposed as well. So I think that's the winner. We'll let that export. You can see up there it's exporting. It's going to exit. Do you really want to quit? Yes, I do. So I'll just take these screenshots and put them in this tests folder. That's where I put files. Sometimes you need to go back. You never know. I mean, like, once in a while I'm not satisfied with something or it's not working out. I have to go back, make another cut. So I don't get rid of everything until like I'm like done and it's finalized, and even then I wait a little while. Alright, so we're going to take this, drag it directly into Illustrator. I don't know why it's on the path tool there. We're going to expand it. That's pretty good. I almost feel like that's excessive though. I don't want to have to go back into Lightroom, so I'm just going to do a quick crop with the standard Windows 1. That's good. All right. Try that again. So we want to be in Fernando's SOAR. SOAR plus 1 thumbnail is good enough. Alright. Yep. And then we're just going to say okay. Alright, so I'm going to drag it a little bit more. That should be sufficient, I think. Zoom in, make sure all the edges are okay. We're good. Alright, so that's going to be that layer. I'm going to lock that layer at this point. And then layer 2, I'm going to move that on top, hide that. going to make the background next. Alright, now we're going to show that again. And I'm going to take this eyedropper tool and I'm going to sample a color. So I've done a lot of blue backgrounds lately. I've done Nantucket too, but let's try like a royal blue. Might be kind of nice. Yeah, actually that looks good, so I'll lock that. Alright, then I'm going to go to the last layer here. Just hide the other layers for now. Make a text box. Alright, bring the picture back so I can adjust the size. Alright. Oh. Sorry. Alright. So, you want to adjust the text size here. Just going to type something plain for now. And what I've been using for a font is called Acterian. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Acrotrian, something like that. That's what I've been using. It's a little elegant, kind of like the Romantic era in which Fernando Sor lived. And let's make it. That's about right. It could go bigger, but we'll start with that. Sometimes a little bit of white space is good. Copy that, make another text box. Shrink that, drag it down. Obviously it's a little too big, we want it to be smaller. Let's try like, I don't know, 80. Yeah, that looks okay. Dante HEVC. This is feeling fairly good right now. It's got that kind of a pyramid feel. This can go a little bigger, I think. Now it feels unbalanced. Try 130. 5. That's better. Alright, Fernando Sor. Boom. Opus 35, number 1. On Dante and C. Good, and it's all kind of caving in. I like it. Zoom out. Alright, good. That's feeling balanced. Well, actually, let's take this down just a little. Yeah. Alright. One thing I like to do is put these little tildes to kind of differentiate between things. Alright, cool. Next, we're going to change the color of the text. Take the eyedropper, sample it from right here. Could be a little stronger, I think, so let's try it again. Let's go to more of a bit of a darker part. It's almost too red now. See, this is the thing, finding the balance, right? All right. There we go. That's good. That's more like the pants. All right, so let's copy that color. We're going to go to the fill here, and if I go to this palette, you're going to see this key. That's the color. Just going to copy that, and then I'm going to go to the other colors here. And change it just like that. I'm just using Control V, copying and pasting it. All right, now we have some unity. Let's see how it interacts with the color. Drag it up one. Yeah, that's good. That pops. All right. So let me try adding a little bit of an effect here. First, let's save. We don't want to lose anything. All right, let's try adding a drop shadow. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Kind of make it pop a little more. So just going to keep going through and doing it for everything. Come on. All right. So good. Let's zoom out. So you're seeing it on the phone, scrolling through which video do I want to watch. Does that look good? Looks pretty good. Save it again. Now I've got to put my boilerplate things at the bottom. So I'm going to go over here to videos. No, that's not the one. Oh, there it is, video thumbnail basics. All right, great. I was right there. So we've got my 4K symbol here. Drag that in. Gotta shrink it down quite a bit. That still feels a little too big. That's good. And I'm going to want to try to kind of line this up. So this is where the text begins. So visually, should be about right here. Then we've got the blue. This is the important part, is that this is what sets my channel apart from, say, somebody who's playing on the couch or, you know, in the yard or something. Is no offense to anyone doing that or anything, but, you know, not everyone, that's the C, I'm just checking the size, make sure they're identical. Not everyone, amateur-wise, is filming in 4K or using a good microphone. A lot, obviously the professionals are, but I'm just an amateur. Feels a little too high. Maybe shrink it just a tad bit. All right, I feel like that's good. Let's save it. All right, that's the one. One last check. Okay, good. Now we're going to export it. And we're going to do a PNG because it's better. A JPEG is not bad either. You can upload a JPEG as a YouTube thumbnail, but a PNG is uncompressed and, you know, it's just much better. So we're going to use the artboards. I'm going to put this in my final folder. Opus 35, number 1. I'm going to export it for screens, 72. For YouTube, you can't have over 2 megabytes. I've had a couple where I've been able to do 150 pixels per inch. High, you know, I do that for any Instagram type thing I make in Illustrator, but for YouTube, we're going to want screen. Then I'm just going to go back and check. Did it arrive where it's supposed to? I just saw it drop. Boom. Save one last. Oh, we don't need to save one last time. We're going to exit Illustrator. Just clear the clipboard. All right, and let's do one last check on that. Just going to examine it. Yeah, it looks good at a large size. I'm not seeing much pixelation. Now, more importantly, we need to test it at a small size. Okay. Yeah, that's good at a small size too. I'm calling that good. Now I have this store video description open. I have some boilerplate stuff I'm just going to put in there first. So, video thumbnail basics. Alright, so this is the stuff that goes at the end. Then I'm going to go here. Just paste it for now. Then I'm going to go back, get my recording stuff, close it off. And then, nope, I'm not tuned to this one I was tuned to 415. Okay. Great. So I'm just going to add a quick description now. You're going to want to catch the viewer right off the bat. So something, you're going to want to talk about what the video is about first, and then if they want to, they'll expand it. You're going to want to motivate them to read the rest of the stuff. So, source, oh, still on underline, source, first piece from Opus 35 is a pleasant andante in C major. I had previously recorded this, but alright, that's pretty much all I need to say about this. There is one thing actually I should get the original manuscript down here. Oh, actually, let me mention that too. Previously, I had used a Alright, that's good enough. Alright, let me go back to, I think this one has it. That looks better. Maybe I did it better in the past. Let me just copy that. Put that down. Alright, cool. Let's go back and get the original manuscript. Close it off. Alright, cool. Alright, I've got all my other stuff. Buy me a coffee's next. Inclusivity, socials, classical, recording, tags. Alright, that's the big one. In fact, let me go back to this and just take the same tags, save some time. Just change a couple of things here. So obviously we want Opus 31, 5 number 1, Andante. We don't want Alhambra, we want I also want to add in nature music. Did I get classical? Oh, I didn't get, okay. Oh, I did up there. Okay, yeah, that should be enough. All right. That's good. So, I'll come back. I'll show you uploading to YouTube. We're going to upload to TikTok, and lastly, we'll upload to Instagram. That's because I have to screen it on my phone. And then that'll be it. That'll be the behind the scenes done. Thanks for joining me. Alright, welcome back. So now we're going to start uploading some of these things. First we'll do TikTok just because it's quicker. We'll do YouTube. So I'm going to upload just directly from the desktop app, upload video. And then caption, playing, soar, 35, number 1, on, put tag classical guitar. You want to make sure to put tags because that way people can find your content, and it needs to be applicable, and put the most important stuff first and the least last. That way when you read it across, you can kind of understand what you're going to see. And also, it's good if you can use tags within the text so you save on the space because you can only do 150 characters. It's playing Soar, Opus 35, number 1 on classical guitar by the, let's see, Sock River. And let's think. So we can also do music, guitar, classical music, and then also nature, because it's outside. 415 hertz, 69 views. Well, I only really need to add one more thing then. Say Ramirez, Spanish guitar. That's fine. Alright, so I'm going to find my video, which obviously is not there. It's going to be at the bottom. Oh, no, actually, I have a separate folder for TikTok. There it is. There it is. And it uploads fairly quickly. I'm pretty impressed with this. After it's uploaded, we get to choose a cover. Alright, boom, there we go. And really, I mean, honestly, they all look about the same. So I'll go with the default. Just upload it. View profile. And it should be there kind of, yep, getting uploaded. Great. Alright, cool. That part's done. Let's do the YouTube one. So we're going to go to YouTube Studio. I just do it from here. I don't use the mobile app. I'm going to upload videos, so I'm going to select files. And it should be, of course, it was right there. So we're going to go down to Soar, Opus 35, number 1, final folder. Boom. And there it is. And those little dashes don't go for some reason, so I always have to put them back in. I'll put a period here in C. Alright, let's go down here, get my description, copy it, I'm going to paste the description, looks good. Okay, upload thumbnail, there it is. Cool. playlists. So I have some playlists that I've made. This is going to go under classical guitar and also Fernando Sor. Made for kids. And we're going to go to more options. There's no paid endorsement, but there are some tags I'd like to add. Nice. Alright, cool. Language, you know, there's not really any language, it's just music, so not applicable. It's filmed today. Location, try Saco River. That's good enough. And allow embedding, that's fine. So if someone wants to embed it on Facebook or somewhere else and publish the subscriptions feed, that tells your subscribers that you've done something. Sometimes you can turn that off, like if you're uploading a lot a day and you know don't necessarily want to notify your subscribers of every single thing, that would be something you could use. This categories, music, and hold potentially inappropriate comments. I used to do allow all comments, but I got at one point a troll on one of my videos and started saying a lot of hate, and thank goodness back then it was interesting. The filter caught it even though I had it on allow all comments, but you know, nevertheless I don't want to have to deal with that kind of stuff, so we'll just do that, and that way also it catches all the spam and ads and things like that. You know, I don't need to deal with it. You know what? You don't need to either. If you're experiencing that, just put it on to hold potentially inappropriate comments. Alright, and then how many viewers like and dislike. That's checked so I can see how many people like it. I can't do the elements yet. Later on, I won't bother to screencast it. Maybe I will. We'll see. But when this is finally done uploading, I'll add an end screen with the playlist and maybe a card. We'll see if I feel like it. Alright, so visibility. And yeah, that's the only options there. Alright, so visibility, we'll say public. Double check everything's good. Okay, then publish. Boom. Alright, so it's going at a pretty quick clip here. 2 minutes left, that's not bad. And afterwards, so I'll probably do those two playlists at the end. I'm going to do a couple of cards if I can. Maybe I'll do like link another Fernando Sor video, something like that. And then, oh, this is going really quick. Alright, let's wait around and then maybe we can add the playlist. 20 seconds, it's not bad. That's pretty impressive, I mean, for being obviously a 4K file that is going this quick, but it's only 1 minute long too, so. Alright, we're in the home stretch. Wow, that's good. Cool, alright, that's processing. Alright. So we're going to go to videos. Details. Still processing. Alright, so we'll check back later. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is get this posted to Instagram. So I've got my Instagram cut here, as you can see, in a square format. I'm going to take it and drag it into this folder that says Insta. And it's there. I'm going to go to my iTunes here. It's going to get synced. Alright, and that's it. Next I'll be doing my Instagram post, screencasting it on the phone, and that'll conclude the behind the scenes. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to go into Instagram and post my Instagram post. So I've got it in a folder called Insta, which I take from my computer. And that's the one right there. I don't want any filters, so I'm just going to go ahead. Now we have to write a caption. So playing hashtag, and it's good to include these hashtags that are relevant within the text. That way you can kind of get more bang for your buck. The less text, the better. Less is more. And include what's most relevant up top, because that's what people will see in the caption, and try to motivate them to click that more button to read the rest. Fernando Sor, Opus 35, number 1. On my, we'll put Jose Ramirez. Oop, I'll fix that. Classical guitar. Tuned to, I'll fix that in a second, 415 Hertz. Maybe I'll rework that actually, hold on. There we go, my Diodario EJ27N strings. Let's fix that typo. Good. Baroque tuning. Soar guitar. Now we're just going to keep adding hashtags. Spanish music. You're allowed 30 hashtags maximum on Instagram, so I usually just do ones that are relevant. I'll do as many as are relevant. I don't add spam hashtags or anything like that. Main life, put Saco because that's where it was recorded. Saco River because it's right back. Put something about the pants because there's a lot of fashion on Instagram, fashion feeds. And we'll add it to men's fashion as well, why not? Just add a little bit more up here. I'll crop out that political notification that came through. Add something about my blazer, because it's kind of a unique blazer by Tom Brown. It was a Neiman Marcus and Target collaboration a few years ago. I think 2013, maybe 14. Alright, and it's posting. And that's it. That concludes the behind the scenes. We're posted to Instagram, we're posted to TikTok, and posted to YouTube.